Hey there, pirates. Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. Get ready for an insane discovery. Zoro's final sword is an epic treasure from Laugh Tale, directly tied to the Millennial War against Imu, and you're about to see how. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Roronoa Zoro's journey, the pirate hunter, and right hand of the future pirate king, is a saga of relentless improvement, sacrifice, and an unshakable ambition to become the world's greatest swordsman. Ever since the day he made his promise to Quina and to his own ideal, Zoro has walked a grueling path where every scar and every new blade represents a step earned on his climb toward the summit. His relationship with swords is almost symbiotic, and the evolution of his arsenal directly mirrors his growth as a warrior. To understand what his final sword might be, we first need to look at where he stands now and what brought him this far. His current trio of swords is a testament to his journey. The Wado Ichimonji, one of the 21 Owazamono, is more than just a powerful blade. It is a vow, a living memory of Quina, and the engine of his ambition. It connects him to his past and to his goal. The Sandai Kitetsu, one of the 50 Ryo Wazamono, good grade swords, is a cursed blade known for bringing death to its wielders. Yet Zoro, through sheer willpower and perhaps a bit of luck, or maybe pure defiance of fate, mastered it, turning its curse into an extension of his own indomitable spirit. It embodies his wild side, his ability to control the uncontrollable. And finally, Enma, another of the 21 Owazamono, the sword that cut Kaido and wounded Oden, is the newest addition to his arsenal. It is a blade that demands haki, draining the user's very life force to unleash devastating slashes. Mastering Enma has been a monumental challenge for Zoro, forcing him to deepen his understanding and control of his haki, pushing him beyond his limits, and metaphorically, turning him into the king of hell. Zoro's mastery over Enma is not just about wielding a powerful blade, it is about refining his very essence. Enma is not merely a weapon, it is a catalyst for growth. It forces him to manifest a level of haki that few can reach, a haki capable of wounding even the toughest emperors. With each cut, Zoro is sharpening not just the blade, but himself. This process is crucial because to surpass Mihawk and become the greatest swordsman, he will need more than brute force or technique. He will need a connection to his blade that transcends the physical, a fusion of spirit and steel that only true masters achieve. And it is precisely here that the concept of a final sword emerges, one that could serve as the culmination of his training and destiny. In the world of One Piece, swords are not mere tools of combat, they are entities with history, personality, and sometimes a legacy stretching back centuries. The hierarchy of swords is well defined, yet their true potential often lies in the skill and spirit of their wielder. At the top of this pyramid are the Saijo Owazamono, the 12 supreme grade blades. Below them are the Owazamono, the 21 great grade swords, to which Wado Ichimonji and Enma belong. Beneath those are the Ryo Wazamono, the 50 good grade swords, like the Sandai Kitetsu, and finally the standard Wazamono blades. Yoru, Draculae Mihawk's sword, is one of the 12 Saijo Owazamono, known for its black blade and unmatched power. For Zoro to surpass Mihawk, it is almost certain that he will eventually need to wield one of these legendary blades. But what exactly sets a Saijo Owazamono apart from an Owazamono? Is it merely superior cutting power, or something deeper, perhaps a connection to ancient swordsmiths or to key historical events? These supreme grade swords are extremely rare. Only a few are known. Mihawk holds one. Goal, D. Roger, the Pirate King, likely possessed one or more, or at least blades of equal prestige. Though the name of his main sword is not explicitly confirmed as a Saijo Owazamono, it is heavily implied that he carried something on that level. Their rarity and power suggest that such blades are not merely forged, but perhaps imbued with an essence or history that makes them unique. Could they possess special properties, such as enhanced compatibility with haki, the ability to cut nothingness, or even a resonance with the world itself? Legends of swords with wills and stories are nothing new in One Piece. The idea of Zoro inheriting or discovering a Saijo Owazamono fits perfectly into his journey. He is not just seeking a stronger sword, he is seeking the sword that will allow him to transcend limits and cut anything. His ability to turn blades into black blades through haki is already a step toward this legendary realm. However, a Saijo Owazamono may be the ideal vessel for the final manifestation of his power. Now, let's dive into the heart of the mystery. Laugh Tale, the final island of the Grand Line where Roger's crew discovered the truth of the world the lost history, and the One Piece. But what truly is Laugh Tale? And what else might be there beyond the main treasure? The island is a repository of knowledge and presumably of artifacts from a forgotten age. The lost history, the Void Century, is an 800-year period that the world government has desperately tried to erase from collective memory. It was an era of colossal war, the rise of the Great Kingdom, and its eventual fall at the hands of the 20 kingdoms that would become the Tenryubito in the world government. It is unimaginable that an age of such magnitude, with advanced civilization and legendary warriors, would leave behind no powerful artifacts. If Laugh Tale holds the truth of that era, it is logical that it would also hold relics from that time. Think of the poneglyphs, indestructible treasures of information. Now imagine that beyond information, the island hides ancient weapons, lost technologies, or yes, legendary swords forged with forgotten techniques or materials that no longer exist. A blade that witnessed the original war, that saw the fall of the Great Kingdom, that was wielded by a hero of that era. Such a sword would not merely be powerful in combat, but imbued with a history and purpose that transcends battle itself. It would be a direct link to the past that Luffy is destined to reveal and correct. The idea that Laugh Tale holds treasures beyond gold and jewels is extremely strong. The One Piece itself is not merely material wealth, but the complete truth of the world. In that context, a sword that could act as a key to victory in the final war, or as the catalyst for the ultimate swordsman's power, makes perfect sense. A Saijo Owazamono from the ancient era, possibly one of the original 12, could be waiting there, hidden or protected for reasons only Roger and his crew understood. The island is the point where all the world's secrets converge. Why wouldn't it also contain the weapons needed for the next great war? And this is where Silver's Rayleigh, the Dark King, enters the stage. As the first mate of the Pirate King, Rayleigh has been to Laugh Tale. He witnessed the truth of the world, the Void Century, the will of D, and the very nature of the One Piece. He is a source of knowledge almost as vast as a poneglyph itself. Rayleigh, who trained Luffy on Rusakaina, also showed a particular respect and observation toward Zoro during the Sabaody incident. He saw the latent potential within the swordsman of Luffy's crew, recognizing the depth of his ambition and the ferocity of his spirit. Could Rayleigh have found or known about a legendary sword on Laugh Tale? During their time with Roger, it is almost certain they scoured the island in search of all its secrets. It is entirely possible they discovered artifacts, perhaps even a Saijo Owazamono, that lacked a worthy wielder at the time, or whose purpose had yet to be revealed. Roger was a formidable swordsman, but above all, he was a captain and adventurer. Perhaps this particular blade's destiny was meant to unfold only with the arrival of a new Joy Boy in his right hand. Having lived long enough to witness the new era, and perhaps even anticipating the need for a swordsman capable of facing the challenges Luffy would eventually confront, Rayleigh could have preserved that knowledge. He is known for his wisdom and his ability to observe and guide. It would not be surprising if he had planned in some way for Zoro to one day come into contact with such power. His interaction with Zoro was brief but meaningful. He watched the swordsman hold his own against a pacifist Akuma and saved him afterward, noting his resilience. Though he did not train him directly, Rayleigh certainly kept his eyes on him. The idea that Rayleigh has a final lesson or last gift for Zoro, a legendary sword, is fascinating. He could have left behind hints, a trial, or even the blade itself, waiting for the right moment for Zoro to inherit it. This connection to Rayleigh would add even greater weight to the sword, tying it not only to the Void Century, but to the direct lineage of the Pirate King. The inheritance of a sword from Laugh Tale or the Void Century fits Zoro perfectly. It would not merely be a weapon, it would be the burden and honor of a millennial legacy. Such a blade could have been wielded by a legendary swordsman of the Great Kingdom, one who fought against the ancestors of the Gorosei, or even against Imu. By inheriting such a sword, Zoro would not simply be gaining a tool for battle, he would become the next link in a chain of warriors who defended freedom and justice, destined to fight the final war. The sword would not have been forged merely in a distant past, but would carry the very essence of that age, perhaps even remnants of the haki of its former masters. Could it have a will of its own, waiting for the proper swordsman to awaken its true potential? Zoro, with his ability to hear swords and his unbreakable resolve, is the ideal candidate for such an inheritance. One Piece is rich in symbolism, and a sword that transcends time would be a powerful representation of the ongoing struggle between oppression and freedom that defines the world's history. Imagine a Saijo Owazamono that is not merely sharp, but capable of amplifying its wielder's haki in extraordinary ways, or even granting access to sword techniques long forgotten. Conqueror's haki, which Zoro has recently begun to use, is a power that manifests most strongly through will. An ancient sword that witnessed the fall of an empire and the rise of a new tyrannical order could resonate with the haki of a man who refuses to bow, elevating it into something far grander. Such a blade would serve as the final catalyst for Zoro's evolution, granting him the level he needs to face the strongest adversaries that await. The final battle against Imu and the world government is the culmination of a war that, as theory suggests, began thousands of years ago during the Void Century. Imu, the shadowy figure who sits upon the empty throne, is the embodiment of that millennial tyranny, and the Gorosei are its executioners. They possess secrets and powers rooted in that ancient era. For Luffy, the new Joy Boy, and his crew to face such an enemy, they will need not only strength, but an understanding of the past and weapons capable of countering that ancient dark. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.